Do I have everybody's attention now?
Here's the cover. Can he do it? Kick out at two.
Yes, hello, it is I, Danhausen here, sent to you today by JB Housen and PK Housen, whoever they may be, for an intro to Kick Out at 2. Yes, hello, it is a Kick Out at 2. That means you win still. So, do that. It is about wrestling, and it's on YouTube and podcast. So, listen to it or be cursed, I guess. Okay, see you later.
I don't like biscuits really, so I've got no clue. Never seen them in my life.
Yeah, they're quite nice. I know they're dead plain. They're plain though.
Very nice.
They're plain. Well, that's one way to start a podcast.
That's not a
isn't
way
it?
to start a podcast. We're not going to talk about biscuits. Hold on. Right. Well,
It's been a while, hasn't it?
is that how we started? Oh, it's been a while.
Been a while.
Been a while. Welcome to the Kick Out at 2 podcast. I'm Jay.
I'm PK.
Yes, we took a little hiatus due to, if you do give a crap about stuff like that, you went on tour.
You went on tour first.
I went on
you
tour
were
first.
on tour first.
I don't know if that really affected it that much, but then you went on tour.
Yep.
As well, and then Christmas happened.
Yep.
So
Christmas, New Year.
we're still deciding at the point of filming this and recording this. Do we call this season 2, episode 1, or is this season 1, part 13?
Yeah, I think so. No, 14. I think it'll be 14.
Yeah, the cursed episode was the 13.
Yeah,
That was the other
yeah.
issue. Getting that bloody cursed episode out as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been cursed, and you might have seen by our intro, we continue to be cursed by none other than Danhausen himself. So yeah, we thought we'd just do an episode where we just do a catch up of everything that we kind of missed in the time off.
Yep.
We're also going to talk about stuff that's happening now, and also a little bit of a look back at 2022 as a whole.
And then what we're going to do for 2023 as well.
Yeah,
Have a look, see.
Look to the future, as it were.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, where to begin? Where do you want to start?
Vince leaving and Stephanie leaving. Like Vince coming back and Stephanie leaving.
Yeah,
How about
so
that?
Vince left. I think we did that. We talked about that last year. We've got our books out, if you're just so you know. That's how professional we are. Yeah, Vince left, and he annoyingly fucking left right after we did that episode where we were talked about, oh, he'll never leave, and he left. And then whilst we've been off, he's done the most baller move. And he's just his daughter is successfully running a business with his son-in-law. It's getting like really positive vibes. Everyone's like, "This is really good, the best it's been." There's people coming back to the company that had left. I mean,
Because
really,
of Vince.
because Vince has gone, and Vince has decided, no, if I can't have it, it all gotta burn.
Vince is like that little, the girl in the corner with the house.
Yeah,
That meme.
that meme.
That's Vince. And then the burning house is the
burning house.
WWE. Yeah.
Oh God, it's just been. I mean, if you're not familiar with the ins and outs of the business acumen, it is quite clever. Him basically being told you're out, but you do get to keep these shares that you've always had.
Yeah.
You've always had these shares. What they forgot when they let him keep them shares, which I don't think they had a choice in it anyway, was those shares mean he gets final say on all sales, and he more or less wrote to them and said.
Is he like a majority shareholder?
It's a majority shareholder one. It's a very big one. It's like 51%er.
Oh shit! So if it's over 50%, then
Yeah, it's something like
majority,
that.
isn't it?
But what he's managed to basically say is like, if you ever want to sell WWE in any way to anyone, and I think this included advertisements going forward, like renewing contracts, I will say no.
Wow.
And I have the power to do that. So they realise they've got to buy him out. And how do you buy you out? I mean, you have to sell the company completely. And that's why they're looking to sell. And then that's why Stephanie's left. Because she's just gone, my dad really is the biggest arsehole in the world.
She needs to go to AEW. That'd be so funny.
If both Shane and Stephanie showed up on AEW.
Oh, would be more funny either Stephanie or Shane turn up on AEW and the other one turns on
Ring
Impact.
of Honor.
No, because that's still AEW.
I thought it'd be like the whole WCW versus WWF story back in the day.
Maybe
Shane...
Impact. I think if they went back to Impact.
I've been hearing good things about Impact.
Yeah.
I need to watch that. I've been hearing a lot of people go, it's really, really good.
Yeah. Because it did sort of like kind of rivaled WWE for a few years. Not like majorly, but sort of like was the AEW before AEW.
Yeah, it was the alternative.
Yeah, because you had a lot of, again, either ex-WWE or from the other way, the
Rising up
from
Cream
the
of the
indies.
crop.
Yeah, to, to there. Or, if you'd done a load of drugs and got kicked out of WWE,
And you went to Impact.
They were like, yeah, come on, then it's fine, don't
And
worry.
can I just assume that's what you're using that because did Jeff Hardy do that?
Yes.
I knew it'd be a Jeff Hardy reference.
And yeah, I'm sure it was like Jeff Hardy. Was it Jeff Hardy and Sting? Yeah, I'm
That-
pretty sure it was Jeff Hardy and Sting match, and Jeff was that out of it that Sting just literally.
No, that is the Jeff Hardy Sting match which I refuse to watch because I think it'll just make
Was
me
it
sad.
Impact? I'm
I
sure it
don't-
was Impact.
Was it when Impact was part of? Is TNA and Impact?
Yeah,
Impact is.
sorry, TNA and Impact are the same company.
Yeah, it was that. 100% was that. So yeah, that's been interesting. And what's really funny to me is watching everyone freak out about this. And some of the things that have come out of it are people pointing out that technically the next WrestleMania that comes around, either this one or the next one after, there will be no McMahons in WWE. Because Stephanie's
All right,
left,
okay, yeah.
Shane's left, and the idea is that they will sell it to agree for Vince to go.
Okay.
There'll be no...
Where's Linda?
Linda, she left, she quit because of everything with Vince.
Oh, right, fair play.
So
Yeah.
there will be no McMahons left in... That's what I mean, he really is just like, what do they call it when you burn it, salt the earth, he's just salting the earth, he's just gone. If you can't
Fair
have
play.
it, if I can't have it, you can't have it, and it's fascinating to me that he's that spiteful and resentful
Yeah.
to his own family over, and it can't be about money because the dude has been rich since before.
Yeah.
Right.
He was rich as well because his dad owned the company, wasn't it? So
He's
it's
got
like,
all the money. Yeah.
So he's never had a bad day
Yeah. And
money
then
wise.
it can't be about legacy because
He's willing to sell it.
yes, I don't understand. It's literally
It's
just
just a power move.
pure vengeance, as he would probably say.
There's been so many like Saudi memes of like,
Oh, did you? I sent you the one of Mr. Burns looking through the binoculars going, oh yeah, work those ankles.
yeah,
Talking
oh,
about
God.
watching a women's match.
Oh, man.
And then I saw someone had made like a version of if Hulk Hogan was
yeah,
by
yeah.
it. Oh my God. So that has just been, and that continues now, and I don't know where it's. I feel like this is better than any storyline I've seen on WWE
That
in a
is
long
true.
time.
Yeah.
What do you think? What would your prediction be of how it's going to go? So it's going to get sold. So I'm not going to say like who it's sold to, but
There was rumour that Tony Khan they were looking to.
Tony has said he's put a bid in,
Yeah.
which I don't blame him. Why not?
Yeah.
You've got to be in it to win it. People who don't like Tony Khan, be them AEW fans or WWE fans, can hate him for it, but dude's
Or
got the
Fulham
money.
fans, if you're a
Yeah,
football
yeah.
supporter. I don't know anything about football, so
Yeah,
if he's doing good or bad
I
there.
think they won a match and he went sick on Twitter and everyone was laughing because he was acting like he might as well have acted like he won the Premier League. I think
Well-
they had one good match.
I think it's weird. Right, I don't know anything about football,
You're saying preaching to
but
the
I think it's funny that Ryan Reynolds and from Always Sunny.
yeah, I know. Everyone knows who you mean. The third guy out of It's Always Sunny, who
Yeah.
not the short one, not the one who is meant
Well,
to be a
it's
second
It's Mac, but I can't remember
Mac,
his actual
yeah.
name.
It came to me and it went.
Have you seen it as well? There was a tweet saying that Ryan Reynolds and other actor.
Yeah, I feel like Ryan Reynolds might have retweeted it as well because he thinks it's hilarious. I mean, they're both their own sense of humour,
Yeah.
so they'll get on fine.
But I know I can't. It's going to really annoy me though.
But what are you saying anyway? Why?
The fact that they own a football team
And
and Khan owns a football team. Do you think there's any other like random celebrities that own football teams?
Yeah, do you not know? Oh, the chef, the female chef, the lady. Oh God, there'll be. I think she owns or did own Portsmouth. Oh my God, famous female chef on telly. That's gonna
Microwave.
no. What's this?
Delia Smith? No.
Yeah,
Delia Smith?
I'm sure Delia Smith owns like Portsmouth or someone like that, or did. That's me putting my phone back down, by the way, if you're listening. Or did for like ages, and there's a lot. It's a lot of celebs who probably own football teams, mate. It's It's quite lucrative.
Nice.
So yeah, my prediction was going to be
Tangent.
wow, tangent.
Captain Tangent.
I've missed them. My prediction would be personally that whoever he's going to sell it, I think Triple H is going to has to stay.
Yeah.
If Triple H somehow gets pushed out by Vince, then it's screwed. But I think Triple H is going to manage to stay in, and then I think Triple H is going to bring Steph back in, but she'll have to start from she won't be able to come back in as a VP or
She
anything like
will.
that. No, she won't, because it'll been sold to another company. She can be brought
fair
in as a consultant,
Yeah.
or like I said, further down or on Triple H's level maybe, but they'll been sold to people and she'll have VPs.
I think that
Which
literally
is insane.
Vince will just come in and go, "You're making Roman look strong. That's fine, no worries. Still do what you want. As long as you're making Roman look strong, doesn't matter."
I think I saw someone do a meme of Vince looking confused and a load of things he's thinking now, going, "Why is Regal here? What's Usi?" and stuff like that. So yeah, that happened, that was insane. What else has happened? Did you watch that at AEW Dynamite?
I did, yes.
So Adam Cole is back,
Yeah,
which was lovely.
It is, but I'm not all that fussed on Adam Cole.
Are you not a Bebe fan?
No, he's all right, but he just doesn't.
He doesn't tickle your pickle.
No,
It's not like
at
you're
all.
not like one of these people who just body shames him for no reason or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's not that. It's just to watch him and go, okay. But you know what I'm like? It's either has to be, some weird goth dude or someone throwing himself through,
hardcore.
Yeah, he's a good wrestler, but yeah, I've not personally missed him.
See, I'm going back to the football analogy, where we're from, or at least where I'm from, you'd ask, are you a red or a blue? And when I was into football, I was a blue. I'll leave it at that for those to figure out. But I stopped watching football, don't care. My dad always maintains that he supported both red and blue. And not to be play it safe. He's like, I support my area. They are literally, the stadium's 2 miles apart. Why would I not support my area of football? Obviously, if we're playing one another, I'll be for blue. But if the Reds are playing some London team, why do I want London to win? So he's like that. And I'm like that with Brett and Sean. People in wrestling, they go, you're Brett guy or Sean guy. I'm a little bit of both, really. I find Sean hard to hate. I know he's done some crap, but I find him hard to hate. And Brett, I know he's done loads of good, but sometimes I find him hard to love. Right? But I love him. But so when it comes to Adam Cole, he reminds me of Sean. I see a lot of Sean in him, and I think he wears that on his sleeve.
But I don't think personally that's not a good thing for me. But I don't know why. It's just kind of he's just like an average Shawn Michaels. Right, okay, average is not the right word.
No.
He's a good wrestler, but I just think what does it for me, I think, is it the Panama Sunrise, his finisher?
Yes.
It's really crap. The way you have to, where you set it up, the way you do it, it's one of those moves that you're like, oh, he's going to do that.
Right, can we talk about that? We'll go on a little tangent here, because that's what this episode is always about.
Right.
Finishers.
Right.
There is a lot of crap finishes at the moment.
Yeah.
Some of it's gone, and I'm gonna say some wrestlers and think about the finisher. So I'll give you that. Panama's not always the best one. I think Darby Allin's coffin drop is very hit or miss. It depends on some wrestlers, it doesn't look like it should affect in any way, and the size of him, he should have a better one. What's his name? Oh god, Dalton Castle. He has the bangarang.
Yeah.
Which is just like a spinning, of all the moves that guy's capable of, and he just finishes. I do not believe he's going to win a match against, if he went against, Adam Page or Roman Reigns, I wouldn't believe that they're knocked out from that. You'd have to do 5 of them in a row to even get a 2 count, in my opinion.
Do you know what is the worst finisher of all time?
Of all time?
Personally, is Christian's Impaler.
No!
It is so difficult to set up and so easy to reverse.
No.
Literally, the amount of times that you see him go to set it up and they literally go, no.
Yeah.
All they have to do is slightly move their arms forward and he's off balance.
But the point of it is that if he's got them to a point where they are, it is a finisher, in my opinion. It's proper like a Mortal Kombat Finish him.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, it is a good finisher, but visually, I don't like it because it looks too awkward to set up, and I don't know.
I get what you mean, but
bothers
when
me.
it lands, it's vicious looking. It looks like it's gonna knock him
Yeah,
out.
because the head goes down first and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But it's the way they have to kind of like do the weird turny thing to get into it.
I'm trying to think of there's more wrestlers with really dodgy finish. I've just seen some recently, and I was just going, what is the art of the finisher gone? I feel like there was like you made it the big boy move, which it's hard to say because obviously I'm enjoying wrestling a lot, and it doesn't rely on finishes per se. But
what bothers me though is that no one's kicked out of the one winged angel. No, is it?
no one's ever kicked out of it apart from himself.
Yeah, and that irritates me.
Why? That's a good
It's a good finisher, but it's like, oh, the match is over now. The second that's done, you know it's over.
Yeah, so
it's but that bothers me because I understand the whole point of having a finisher. If that is that's it. But when he does that, you know it's over.
Okay.
There's no sort of like, oh, you just.
Let me take you back to a time when that was standard.
Yeah, but that was.
Yeah, but it was boring because everyone done it. What's interesting now is it's nice to see someone who's got that still, and you get that same excitement. As soon as he's going to land that, you go, "Oh shit, this is it! This is it! This has got to be it!" And but there's still the trepidation of, will this be the guy who kicks out, or you just get an excitement. But no, if everyone's doing it,
honestly, I thought. Because we're going to talk about this match, the Omega versus Ospreay match. I honestly thought he was going to be the one that kicked out of it.
Exactly. So there was still...
And he didn't, and that... Ugh.
But it was earned. He earns it. He's not doing a Goldberg and just going in and spearing people and whatever. He builds and builds and builds to it, to the point where even when they did the thing that started off the series of 7, he goes to do it to Rey Fenix and he smashes him over the head with a hammer. He's happy but he just wants to keep that sacred, and I think it's a rare thing, and not many wrestlers can get away with that.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's still
okay. Let me put it like this to you: we've just talked about like Shawn Michaels, and there's another episode we're going to film after this. The Streak, was that not boring? You just know every WrestleMania he's going to win.
Oh, I guess so. Never thought of it like that. Yeah, but I'm being again. See, if I wasn't a fan of The Undertaker, it would be a different question. It's hard to answer that.
You're not a fan
in
of Kenny
the
Omega?
middle. Not that much.
Right, okay.
He's good.
Yeah, you respect him.
I respect him.
Which can we just go on this PK respectometer? So we've got where's Adam Cole?
Yeah.
And where's Kenny Omega?
Yeah. A bit like,
and just like for the people listening, right? He moved his hand up, but I do notice that your vocals went down as almost to balance it out. It should go at least higher. All right. Okay.
It's why I play drums. I'm tone deaf. I don't know. I can't. It's the worst thing because I sometimes think of really cool harmonies, but then go. No, it's.
Sound when Mr. Bean speaks in an episode.
Yeah, like I'm just like I have to press a keyboard and go that note. Do go to that note because I don't know what I'm doing.
But anyway, coming all the way back, Adam Cole didn't lose his smile. He actually had a very, very serious concussion.
It was a heartwarming,
and it was a good promo.
A good promo. Yeah, I'll give him that. I'll watch the entire promo, which sometimes if someone I don't like, I will just fast forward the promo, depending on who it's against. If it's relevant, I need to watch the promo. But no.
But I got a little emotional. Yeah. I got a little emotional watching it because it seemed like I mean he did it well because I thought it was like good news, bad news.
Yeah.
He can't wrestle. I thought, and the way he posited it to begin with, he was like going, the good news is I've had a good career. Yeah. I've got to do this.
Bit like what Edge did.
Yeah, I thought, oh my god, it's not gonna be. And then, I'm so happy he's just going to come back and it's just going to add a nice little layer back again onto AEW, for me personally.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
For you, it's just like it's added a little
Yeah.
back to it.
More.
Let's have a look. So yeah, return of Adam Cole, Vince and Steph. So about Ospreay and Omega,
Yeah.
because obviously that will link to the One Winged Angel thing. This is one of the matches where I had such high expectations. I just didn't think it would be possible to deliver them. But at the same time, I thought if anyone could do it, it'd be these two. And it was just phenomenal. I had my jaw open.
I thought the first 3 quarters was, and then the last section, it was a bit sort of like, you just kind of, it got towards the end, it was just a bit predictable of, he's just going to hit the One Winged Angel soon, and then that'll be it. Like, I had, but that might have been because I'd found out the results prior.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, of course that's
Not
why.
purposely, like...
No, I'm not going to say
I
on
got
purpose,
spoiled,
but you're with her wondering that. You're saying this, ironically, with a Sherlock Holmes fucking DVD box set behind you. They're going, oh, I just figured out he was going to do it. Well, it might be because I saw the result.
Well, yeah, but...
Didn't work it out, Holmes.
I do have the pop vinyls of Sherlock
Exactly.
Holmes as well, somewhere. Oh, there they are. They bought the newer ones.
I
Anyway.
had no idea how it was going to end, and I can tell you, as someone who hadn't had it spoiled,
Yeah.
I didn't know. I went in thinking Kenny was going to win, because in my head I was going, if he wins this, he'll have a belt, and then if they win the best of 7, they'll have the triple, and then they'll look like they did back in 2020, and they'll be back on top. But at the same time, I thought, will he just want to put Ospreay over, and will Ospreay just want to continue to be like the next big thing over there, and he needs the belt?
Well, yeah, the annoying thing with me was I didn't see the point of Kenny winning.
But I think it's to give us. I don't know what Ospreay's going to do, but I think by the sounds of the promo he did afterwards, he's kind of like building himself up for the next big thing. So I don't know whether he's just like. It depends on your view on belts. Sometimes people don't need the belt. Wrestlers don't need the belt. They're good enough without the belt. The belt elevates them. The belt is the rub. Sometimes people brought in to give
I
the
feel
belt the rub.
Kenny Omega doesn't need a belt, but they just keep putting belts on him because he's Kenny Omega.
What's he called? The Collector?
Yeah, it doesn't need the trios belt.
No.
Like Death Triangle, they were doing well. You know, like they should have had a longer run. But
I think they're going to do something completely different. I think they're going to go on a few solos runs. Like Ray Phoenix solo. I love his matches.
yeah,
I'm really digging Ray Phoenix solo. And I feel like a lot of people really dig Pac solo. He's mine.
see, I've seen Pac in the UK, and he was really good.
It's weird. I've got the meth thing from Pac. I totally respect him. I get he's great. I actually laugh at his promos or whatever. But there's something where I'm just like, meh.
I really enjoyed the full House of Black run with Pac. When like they sort of blinded him and he came back, and
that was
that whole
really
match,
good.
yeah,
That's something
that was
he
a good
can
match.
carry. He can carry a storyline. To be fair, I just don't really. He's not the first who comes to my mind in a weird way.
He's a good like high flyer for his size.
Yeah, he
like
is.
he's a really good match for Death Triangle.
Mm.
I think they're a really good triple.
But it might make you miss Death Triangle more if they just go off this little splinter for a while. They don't have to have a fallout. They can just splinter off to pursue their own things for a bit.
Yeah. Well, speaking of tag teams or trios, but more tag teams, Jungle Hook. What do you think?
Hook. It was weird. It works. What's really odd is I feel Eve predicted this. Eve went, he needs more of a hook, needs more of a mouthpiece, and I think Jungle Boy just happened to be on.
Yeah.
And she went, he's actually getting dead good at talking. She went, they go good together. Both got a similar style, mad hair, topless. That's how she just sees them. She went, they actually, and it worked. It was dead good, and I like seeing them work together. And I like Hook when he's working with people.
Yeah, he's a good. I didn't like think of it that way, but he's a really good tag team.
He is. He didn't get to
fighter.
Showcase that too much with Danhausen because the whole point was
Well,
he was like
it was a joke.
aiding Danhausen.
Yeah.
Whereas in this, it was actually
It's not saving Danhausen, more aiding. Like Well,
he needed it.
Yeah.
But
What are your thoughts on Darby Allin with the champion with the belt?
needed.
Yeah.
I think it was. It's more a case of if we go back to the belt, he's good, I think he needs the belt to give him a bit more of a rub again, because I think he's being underlooked a little. When he's so capable, he should have the spotlight on him. He's so
I think
good.
because he got destroyed by Brody King a few too many times that they were like, actually, yeah.
We did. Yeah, I think that's a very good point. He went on a little bit of a losing streak, actually. So, yeah, I think you're right. He does need this just to bring him back, make people remember this guy's. Kind of like what they did with, what year? What was the year Kane knocked the most people out of the Royal Rumble? Was that 2000 or 2001?
I can't remember.
It was one of them. The previous years, Kane had all that storyline with X-Pac, and he was a bit weak.
Yeah, a bit more of a comedy character, wasn't he? Like, not comedy, but he wasn't seen as big scary Kane.
You wouldn't have thought this is the guy who's going to rip the cage door off a cell.
Yeah.
And take the Undertaker down, because here he is getting taken down by Road Dogg, X-Pac, and Mr. Ass.
Yeah. Just
being blindsided. So I feel like they thought, right, we've got to make him scary again. He's going to take out nearly everyone in the Royal Rumble. Yeah. To show, like, this is a machine. Yeah. And I feel like they're just kind of doing something like that with Darby. We need people to see, like, he's Darby fucking Allin. Yeah. And I feel that's why they're hanging Sting back as well. Yeah. In the matches, Sting's hanging back.
Yeah, to prove
it. He doesn't need the Sting rub. It's the Darby Allin show. Yeah, Sting just happens to be there.
Also, like, what's the deal with Juice Robinson's forehead? That is the biggest forehead I have seen in wrestling. Like,
Juice Robinson looks like if you ordered Jack Black off Wish. That's my view of Juice Robinson. He just kind of looks like if you were to try and a sketch artist of Jack Black, that's what you'd get.
He's the kind of person that's like, yeah, wear a bandana. Just you can wear a bandana. Just the full thing. Like, he would suit it because
he looks like
massive fod.
He looks like it's like if Matt Jackson had no awareness of his forehead.
He's not another like Charlie Day spin-off.
He's an odd one that they're pushing a little bit. I'll see where he goes. Juice. I don't really know.
He just looks like when you create a character and start messing around with the face and like move the eyes a bit. I feel so bad that I'm just like ripping on Juice here, but it's just, when you sort of like, actually, why does he look like that? It looks
actually, speaking of creating a character, like, just to go back, because we covered it slightly, but we didn't go into as much as I wanted to go back to that Will Ospreay and Omega.
Oh match. Yeah, right. Yeah, I wrote quite a bit down.
Their entrances, right, they look like kids design them, but in the best possible way. Yeah, like a kid. Wait, do you know what would be awesome if like he puts his arm out and a giant wing comes out like that on it, and then you got to make it so he wears like this armor. Like I saw this in like some game once. They had this armor,
basically like Super Power Rangers.
Yeah, it was awesome, and I feel like Will Ospreay's
I'm sure. I don't know if it was that, if it was still wearing it for that match, but I know Will Ospreay wore a famous Japanese wrestler's outfit in homage to them, and I don't know if it's that outfit, and I kind of feel bad for now bringing that up because
but then not knowing who it is.
if it's that one, but I know
classic
what he did.
PK research, everyone.
Yeah. Oh, this fact jumped into my head from somewhere that I don't know if it's correct.
Not the Great Muta, because he recently retired, didn't he? And funnily enough, Darby Allin and Sting were in that match to retire Great Muta.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that. No,
okay,
no, it wasn't.
Oh, that.
But I do want to put in it was right. Because it's New Japan, and I don't watch a lot of New Japan.
Which I feel like we should, because I enjoyed a lot of that.
I enjoyed it, but I found it very weird. It was a very weird
vibe.
Yeah, because like you couldn't see any of the crowd because they were further back.
Yeah. And it's all flat. It's not really
it was almost like the weird COVID vibe.
They still have weird COVID vibes. If that's getting redacted soon, they're going to be able to cheer again soon.
Yeah.
Because people were kind of cheering.
Yeah, they were. So it was kind of like, oh yeah, there is an audience there. Like, so it made you kind of like, not get into it as much. It just made me feel slightly different.
Subdued.
Yeah.
Right. I get that. I totally understand that.
And I think, again, that's just because I don't watch a lot of New Japan, you just got to get used to that.
But then that's why I was just getting into it more to make up for the audience. So, when he stomped through the table on him, I was like, oh, no!
That bit was really cool where he put his head through and goes, here's Kenny.
Yeah.
I put that down.
For
That was
all
really
the
cool.
photographers.
Yeah.
My favourite bit was there's two. There's one where he DDTs him on the open turnbuckle from stood up. That was insane. Because I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that drop. And then the other one is where he released German suplexed him from the top turnbuckle as well. But I think he lands on his feet and then just does that 720 spin in the air and kicks him in the face. I do remember that bit. That was awesome. There were two bits where I gasped. Yeah, that and the suplex cutter reversal. Where Kenny Omega goes to do the suplex and he just comes straight back down on it. So good that. So there was some really inventive moves in there that looked brutal as well.
It reminds me a lot of the Ospreay Ricochet matches,
which I've not seen.
That are kind of more like a ballet of wrestling rather than. It's honestly just like it's a different kind of match. It's like two high flyers, and there's like a bit where they sort of both like land. They flip, both land and stare at each other. And it's one of those where it's just like you're just waiting for the Japanese zoom in. Yeah. And just like
just straight on the eyes.
Yeah. Just something like that. But it was.
Do you think it deserved the? I think Meltzer gave it 6 stars. I think Meltzer gave it
out of 5. Or
he does that. No, he does that.
Yeah. It was a brilliant match. Yeah. It was really good.
I was shocked at how well it lived up to the expectation.
Yeah.
So yeah, well done.
I'm a big Ospreay fan, so
I've really warmed to Ospreay. I hadn't heard of him till when it was the build up to the Orange Cassidy match. He appeared a few times. I was like, who the hell is this kid?
I think I've seen him at Preston City Wrestling. Well, either Preston or Future Shock. I think it was Future Shock, actually.
He's coming down again to... He's coming to Britain this year. It's far away for us in Britain terms. In American terms, it's like, oh, that's just down the road.
That's probably a local... That'll be their local... is it that London show with Rob Van Dam and Ruby Soho, or is it that one?
Has it got Ruby Soho? I can't remember if it had Van Dam. I do feel like Soho was there, so it might be that one. I think I looked at it, I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, that's 3.5 hours or something away.
Yeah.
But then in my head, I'm going, yeah, but the alternative is Japan.
It's not that far. It's
how close do you want me? How close do I really?
It's going to be London. Whatever, if anything comes to the UK, it'll be London, and if you're really lucky, Manchester.
Yeah, exactly.
But, yeah.
So no, that was a good one. Have you got any more notes on that, or?
Just the no padding on the barriers. It's just actual metal barriers, isn't it?
Which I love.
Yeah.
Proper old school.
Yeah.
Which I feel like AEW sticks to that, to be fair. They just put like the one cloth over to say AEW on, but it is...
They've changed it now. They mentioned it in on...
I heard them mention the barriers, but I thought they were still the proper... I didn't
know... No, they're like plastic covers, like weird plastic things
is there?
Now. Yeah.
Oh, as long as they're not like the... And I've never, ever liked WWE barriers, even the Attitude Days. It just didn't look painful when you went into them.
They look too padded, don't they?
They're so padded, and they look even more padded now. I just don't get it. I'm trying to...
Did you have you watched Rampage from Friday? Just gone.
Yes.
What did you think of the street fight?
Right, that's interesting. I would be. Can we put a pin in that, because I want to go back to 2022 regarding that street fight. Put a pin in that. I was going to bring that up. If you want to talk about AEW just gone, the Hangman versus Moxley match.
Yep.
Was ridiculously pay-per-view worthy good. And,
that was good.
And it's just on regular TV. That was a pay-per-view Dynamite. That's the thing about Dynamite. Every so often, and it's more often than not, the episode is on par with a pay-per-view. As like they build up enough.
What I love about AEW, which you just don't see in WWE, is the fact that they do a pay-per-view style match to open the show.
Mm.
And you don't get that in any other company. The fact that it's not about...
They still want to open with the dark match.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Like the WWE, it's always dark match, maybe a tag match, something else, then main event. But I feel like 90% of the time, or maybe not that high, maybe 70% of the time, AEW will do every match is like a good match.
Yeah.
Unless it's the only thing I don't like is when they do a match for the sake of a promo.
Yeah.
Where they do a quick squash match to do a promo.
I
It's
get
like,
what you mean.
just come out and do the promo.
promo.
You don't have to beat a person that's a nobody.
I know, but that's so 1994, and I love it. Just having a squash match for no reason.
It could just be a vignette of like, dun, 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 dun. I've just beat this person. Now I'm gonna come and beat you. It's like,
I get it.
It's yeah.
I get what you mean, but I feel like it's they don't. I feel like I don't know if it's Tony or the VPs themselves. I feel like they don't want it to go into too much of come out and do a promo, because you just then one step like closer to being like WWE, where we're just having people talk on the microphone. I'm up to 2,000.
When it's like Daniel Bryan from Dave the Bin Man from Cumbria, it's just like, you know what I mean? It's like it's clearly Daniel Bryan is going to win this match in 30 seconds to do a promo.
But there was obviously the great upset a few weeks ago where we had one of these matches and Jericho lost.
That is true, yeah.
So I feel like they're self-aware of that, and they're just putting a little bit of anything can happen in the in the AEW ring.
Fair enough.
But no, I get your point. But yeah, I think he's just scared of it going into too much like entertainment. Like he doesn't want it to open like SmackDown does with a 15-minute promo, and then we're going to cut into a break, and we've had no professional wrestling.
Yeah,
he doesn't want that.
Anyway, back to the Moxley versus Hangman match.
Yes, professional wrestling.
I'm a Moxley fan.
Yeah,
but I really enjoyed that. That made me more of a Hangman fan. I wasn't not a Hangman fan, but his whole thing with Dark Order?
Yeah,
was a bit boring. Like, I felt like he didn't need that. And yeah, and he had a bit of a title run.
It wasn't the best title run, but I always think he was. He had good matches. Each one of the matches is great.
Yeah.
It just made no sense to his character and kind of to his title run either. It just kind of like it fell flat again, which I was going to get into in 2022.
And as soon as CM Punk came in, it was like, he's getting title soon.
Yeah.
And it was just a case of, I'll take it off you.
But that was I'm a Hangman fan. I love the emotional cowboy.
Yeah.
And I love how I feel like he's one of them weird wrestlers where people go like, they kind of forget about him. But as soon as he's put on the card, I'm like going, he could win this. He has to be fucked over to not.
That
win
was
this.
a really good match,
it
though.
was so good.
Yeah,
it was so good, and I love the full circle of making something that happened in real life kayfabe.
Yeah,
and just going like, now Moxley's got a concussion.
Yeah,
and then so Moxley can take that vacation he's always wanted to.
Yeah,
and then seeing Hangman get distressed because now he's caused this guy to go through what he went through, and he doesn't want to do that. That's not his style.
Yeah,
and then it means that they'll.
I thought they were going to hang on that more. I thought they were going to keep him.
Like what?
Instead of walk off, actually come and check if he was all right.
No,
but they kind of just walked off and it was over. I was like, oh, they should have played on that more.
I think they played on it enough. He looked round, he looked worried, and he kind of, and then he just kind of like got out of there. It was like he ran off. It wasn't only she walked off. He ran off like, I can't face this right now. I've just done that to him. And then I feel like that when Moxley does come back, you don't have to have these two faces be enemies anymore.
But what
Moxley will be
thought...
like, I respect you because you did that to me, and Hangman will be like, and I respect you because you forgive me for doing that to you, and I shouldn't have done that to you.
But what kind of killed it for me was the fact that Moxley went, did I win? And it's like, oh, you didn't. Like, it's not a tag match. You're like, there's no chance of you winning if you're unconscious.
But when you're concussed, you don't know your name.
But I felt like it was like, almost like that, just too cheesy.
It was too much for you.
It was if he would have just literally sat up and been like, oh, damn, I've lost.
Did you want him to say, did I kick out at 2? And you could have been like, ha, got that. That's for the pod.
No, but you could have overdubbed it. It would have been as cheesy.
I love that match. It was everything I wanted it to be. And, Moxley, have that vacation, mate. You deserve it. You had a hell of a 2022.
But Renee's still in, isn't she, though? So they're not going to go, they won't be doing it together.
What, vacationing?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if I said to you, you get to travel America, but you don't have to do any work, and her version of work is, not to knock her, but her version of work is she's talking to people. She isn't wrestling in a ring, doing training.
Yeah, fair enough.
I feel like it's a vacation.
Yeah.
And he does say in his future he wants to move into coaching and training, but still stay in AEW.
Yeah.
So, right. So, should we look back on? Actually, there was one more thing I've wrote down here to talk about. You heard about FTR?
No, see, I was gonna watch that match as well at New Japan, but the stream that I had was a bit dodgy, and I just couldn't find that match.
Right.
But go on.
Well, okay. So FTR, everyone is currently trying to figure out what they are doing, and I can let you know now because I listened to Dax's podcast. No one knows what they're doing. It doesn't even sound like they know exactly what they're doing, but they've dropped the AAA, the IWGP, the Ring of Honor. Then they lost the AEW contest. Well, they didn't lose the titles, but they lost the match to get the titles off of the Acclaimed. And it sounds like they've got till the end of April on their contract. And they're both just going to sit. They've had a word with Tony Khan and agreed to sit it out till the end. They're not going to go on TV. They're not going to do anything until April. But Tony Khan's like, "Oh, you're still paid. If you want to, you can."
That's a shame because I really enjoyed FTR. Like, I wasn't sort of a huge fan, but I wouldn't skip the matches.
But they're not like, it's not for obvious reasons. Basically, it sounds like they want to do one more big thing.
Yeah.
Dax kind of surmised it that they need to agree on what they want to do. They both have different ideas. They need to sit down and agree. It's not going to be like we do one more year. It's going to be like 3 more years. But it's going to be for one promotion, and then that's it. They are done. Well, at least Dax is saying he will be done. Whether Cash wants to carry on, he can do. But he said he personally will be done. He won't do indies. He won't go around. He wants to then spend the rest of his life with his family. Because he's struggling already.
You know, if you've made the money and...
Yeah.
You know, like you said, he might go into coaching. There's always that.
But that's the thing, right? So people are going, they've lost all the belts so they can go to WWE.
They don't want to.
I don't think they want to. The way he talks about it doesn't sound like he wants to. And also, for those who don't know, the WWE stars are not allowed to have their own podcasts. He's just started
they
one.
own everything.
Yeah, they didn't. Wasn't there that big thing where everyone got their Twitches took off them?
Rusev wasn't allowed his.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, because Rusev he twitches. He streams on Twitch as well, like playing video games and stuff, and they wouldn't allow him to do it. But I don't know what the deal is with Xavier Woods, because he does up, down, down. So whether it's part of
unless they own it in some way,
they must own it, because
didn't actually on the similar to that, didn't recent WWE wrestler get dropped for having an OnlyFans?
Yeah, she got dropped as well, and I can't remember what on it. I think is it Mandy Rose, was it?
It's Mandy Rose.
Yeah,
Mandy Rose got dropped for OnlyFans, but people pointed out that there's a couple of other male wrestlers who have had similar things or done something, and they've just got a slap on the wrist. They got kept. So, but then I think someone worked out her income from OnlyFans versus what she was getting paid from WWE, and when I think she would have picked to leave anyway.
Yeah, she would have been like, "It's fine.
Yeah, I can also still wrestle with other people."
Yeah. Well, Noel Foley did the OnlyFans for a bit, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
To pay for some bills.
No, I think she did as well. Go on to OnlyFans here. It's FTR we wanted to talk about. So yeah, no, there's lots of speculation online at the moment. You'll see things like that. They're going to WWE, definitely doing this. But they came out and, Dax came out and said, we don't know ourselves. We're going to sit off till April and spend this time deciding. So it's not, and that's all that he knows for now. But that's a bit mad to me. They're at a real good peak in their career, and they're just, I'm not sitting it off, but they're just kind of contemplating. Yeah, it's mad. But if they, you know what, when they come back, if they time it right and they do it right, people go nuts when they come back. Yeah. I think they're trying to work out how to. The one thing that makes me think they would go to WWE, by the way, there is one thing. His name is Bret Hart. Bret Hart signed a deal with WWE a couple of years ago, say like he's owned by them. He can show up at indie stuff, but he can't show up on big promotions, i.e. AEW, because there was a plan to bring him in as the manager.
Right.
That's why what's his name was dropped. Tully Blanchard. He was dropped, and they were going to make Brett the manager.
Really?
Yeah, that's a big rumor.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Tully
was really annoying.
Tully Blanchard gets dropped because they're turning face anyway, and the plan was that then they were going to bring up their new manager, Bret fucking Hart.
That would be insane.
Wouldn't that have been sick?
Yeah.
Apparently, the McMahon's got the word of it. Rang Bret and went, "We will pay you this amount of money to not appear
to sit at home.
To sit at home." And Bret just was like, "It's not even. Yeah, that makes so much sense. I will just not do any work whatsoever and get paid millions."
Fair play.
Or whatever it was. So yeah. So whether they're going to try and work out a way that they can do this, I don't know. That they can get Bret, but mate, if the only way is that they go in WWE with him, that might clinch it. But it's how badly WWE want FTR.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I thought I'd get that in.
Yeah. Should we go back to the pin on that Street Fight match?
Yeah. So, well, the pin on the Street Fight match, we can move into moments from 2022. Our favorite bits, right? The reason I want to put a pin in that is one of my favorite things from 2022 was that women's street fight between, it was Bunny, Tay Mello, Anna Jay, and Kip Sabian's partner, what's she called? Oh, that's going to annoy me. I've forgotten one person. I'm so sorry.
I'm drawing blanks completely. Yeah, I remember bits of the match, but I can't remember.
Oh, that match was so good, and
was that just with the
Barbed Wire. That's where that came about.
Yeah, they did reference that. On
there was
match.
And that's where she did that first power driver off the Tiger power driver off the ring through a table.
Yeah,
it was tacks, there was chairs, and it was like, I think it was the opening match on a Rampage. To go back to what you said, they opened with it, and I think it was when they were in smaller arenas as well. So it's like, I remember watching it as it happened, going, "This is insane."
Yeah.
What I'm watching now is insane because this is a 1 hour show. This is the opening act, and I feel like everyone in this crowd thought this would be what it sounds like. Oh, the women are going to have a street fight.
I spent half my time skipping Dynamite. No, Dynamite, Rampage. Rampage. Like,
Rampage.
Not skip, just, it's one of them.
Is it worth your while this week? You've got other stuff to watch.
Yeah, it's like, I'll watch a bit of it and just see. But this, like, the one that's just gone, I was like, damn.
By the way, when I say, oh, it's just a women's street fight, I mean that from a point of view is there are fans out there who just think, oh, it's the women's wrestling. I'm not bothered about the women's wrestling.
It's not WWE.
It's not, oh yeah, like that. They really shook it up then, and that was one of my favourite matches. I think that happened very early, like February, March of last year, right? So then when this match got announced, I was excited because you got Ty and JS back in it. You got Ruby Soho, who is a veteran in this.
Yeah.
And then you've got, I've done it again. Forgotten the fourth
Willow
person.
Nightingale.
Willow Nightingale, and she was my worry because my worry was Willow is portrayed as being super nice, and I was like, you've got to do this right and make her just. This is where we maybe see a dark side to her, like when they the difference between Jungle Boy and Jack Perry.
Yeah.
Like seeing that change.
Yeah.
So they come out in Dudley uniforms.
Yeah.
Which was a nice homage.
It was indeed.
And then it all kind of spiraled a little bit out of control, and I think into points where it was out of their control as well.
Yeah.
So Anna Jay got a power bomb that missed the table, and as it happened, I went, "Shit, she's missed the table."
Yeah, but not even slightly missed the table.
Yeah.
Like, she nearly missed the table as well.
Yeah, like she
Willow
jumped
nearly missed the
too
table.
far. Like,
yeah.
It considering I've seen Bubba Ray jump off of, it probably was about like, oh my god, it's 12 foot in the air off of with fucking Mae Young.
Oh yeah,
and land through the table perfectly.
But that was perfectly done. That was like,
yeah, that's what I mean.
Expertly.
He knew how to look after the women in that. Cause he takes it all, just makes it look like them. I was watching that going, no, you released her quite a bit early as well. Like
it's just like bomb. She's just smashed onto the floor there.
And then so it then became the Ty and Ruby show, but then that became an issue because then I feel like Ruby took I feel like she was meant to blade, and I think she's been blazing in the bin.
she bladed in the bin, like, but then actually just like the
bin got squashed on her.
I think she was mid blade.
I think she was mid blade.
I was thinking that. I was sat there going, she's bleeding too much for a bin to the head. Like, not even. But knowing full well she's bladed.
Dave, the binman wouldn't have had this happen.
Yeah, no, I was like, that didn't that much. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it didn't. She wasn't crushed in the bin because the bin was off in seconds. Oh, bit of a drink disaster there.
Spillage.
And
I'm with you on that.
But yeah, she came out and like already there was a big chunk. Like,
it reminded me of when Dustin bladed too much in his match with Cody.
Yeah.
In very early AEW, but he just went along with it and they just made it work. But this sort of like, I was watching her and I'm going, I think she's like struggling to stay not conscious but with it.
Yeah.
There was bits where she looked woozy.
Yeah.
And then either going looking back and going right. So now it's Nightingale and Anna Jay.
Yeah.
And not to be mean on either one, but they're the two each the weakest on the team. Ruby, I would say, is an experienced veteran.
Yeah.
And
but she is very prone to injury.
Yeah. And Ty is, as much as people don't like her, I respect her wholeheartedly as a wrestler. She can do some amazing things. So, sorry, it didn't come down to. It came down to Ty and Nightingale. And so she was fine. She was great. She had to carry Nightingale a bit though. I could see it happening, and it was a bit of a. I think they need to do a rematch because it felt a bit like.
If it wasn't if it wasn't a street fight, it would have been a lot different.
If it wasn't a street fight, what do you mean? Like, well, they wouldn't have had the injuries.
Yeah, I just don't think. Because I guess with a street fight you can cover up a lot. Not if you're not that great in the ring. You know what I mean? It
reminds me a bit of, again, a hint at what our next episode is going to be. When I was doing some research of watching Roman and Taker, when Taker gets a bit woozy because he got that concussion midway through the match.
Yeah.
And you can see parts of the match. He's just like, what's going on?
Oh, like Taker and Brock as well. Because the first move, the match that he lost the streak.
You see, you're saying this, but that's on this documentary. He makes that. He said the first knock he took from Roman was what made it was that.
Right.
It was. He says it was. He said that. I swear I might be misremembering. Between now and then this next episode, we'll do a cursory Google.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
I'm sure because you see because he does the release German suplex. He releases him half an hour too early.
Yeah.
To the point where he's on his neck. He just slides like that, and he's like, you can see him get up, and he's like, "Fuck, I'm."
Yeah.
Like
the reason I'm relating it to Roman is there's a bit where Roman does like a triple Irish whip off of it, and Undertaker can't even keep up with him doing it. And the reason it feel like he does it is because he wants to spear him, but Undertaker's not facing him in time to do it safely, and he just on the fourth bounce. Undertaker hasn't turned around enough anyway, so just faces back again and just gets taken out with the spear. And I think he says, "Stay down."
I don't think I've seen that match. Is that the match after?
That was like a few. It was
WrestleMania's
few
ago.
WrestleMania,
right? Yeah.
Few WrestleManias
He lost that one, didn't he?
Yeah, that's the second one he lost.
The second one he lost.
So that's maybe where you're getting that from. But anyway, again, tangent and a half.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where it was reminding me of that. I was like, these wrestlers are all really good in their own respect, but something's gone wrong here. Two things have gone wrong.
Because Willow was doing that sort of wobbly knees thing for a minute, and I'm like, it. Sometimes it works, other times because Ruby does that a lot, wobbly knees, and it's like.
But it was one of my it didn't live up to the last one, I'm afraid. It just didn't live up to it. So try again.
Yeah.
Try again.
Still that table botch.
You love a good botch.
Oh yeah.
They don't like it, but he loves a good botch.
Yeah.
But let's have a look. So tell you what I want to go through before we go through matches. I decided to write down in 2022. This is every wrestler that AEW either lost to another company, was suspended, got injured, Yeah, that. Fired. Pick which one you want, right? Okay.
We're only doing an hour podcast.
I
you
know,
We're
right?
not-
Right. It's mad.
This is
I went to write this down. As I was writing it down, I go, this is fucking insane, right? And some people go, oh, they've got too many wrestlers on there. It's a good fucking job they do, because listen to this. So I wrote down Octopus because I couldn't remember his name at the time. It was Jonathan Gresham,
right.
right? Cody,
Right. This all last year.
all last year.
Right.
Cody, The Elite, that's 3. Orange Cassidy, he was off with he got an injury at one of the pay-per-views. He was out for like 2 months. Thunder Rosa,
Still.
Jeff Hardy,
Yeah.
Kyle O'Reilly,
Oh yeah.
Adam Cole,
Yeah.
MJF,
Yeah.
CM Punk,
Yeah.
Christian Cage,
Yeah.
Chris Statlander,
Oh yeah.
our favourite, Braniel Danielson. Yeah?
Yeah.
For a very short period of time, but still included him. Sting was off for a little bit. Ruby Soho, Andrade,
Oh yeah. He's just
Mm.
disappeared, hasn't
Eddie Kingston,
he? Yeah.
Bobby Fish, Hangman, William Regal. And that was off memory. I haven't even looked to see if there was more.
Yeah.
That's insane. That many vacant spots. No,
Yeah.
and they got through 2022.
Yeah.
It's a fucking miracle. So yeah, just thought I'd get that out of the way before, so you can appreciate like some of the things that appreciate AEW a bit more. So good matches. I put down here the women's street fight, MJF and CM Punk
Yeah.
dog collar match
Oh, that was brilliant. That
was
match.
the build up.
Yeah.
Oh, that build up is one of the best build ups for years
Yeah.
that I've ever watched. It made me so. I remember like all the
The
promos,
T-shirt and stuff like that with that
Yeah.
photo was
the
brilliant.
T-shirt, the photo, and then he wore the T-shirt with the photo.
And then got
got
blood
blood
smeared
on
on
it,
it,
and then he
and then
printed-
that got a T-shirt as well. And I'm like, they're just honestly waiting there, like T-shirt,
Yeah.
and like if you bought them T-shirts, like no one would have a clue unless they watched that month of wrestling what it was about.
And everyone's like asking how they got it printed because it's got a WWF logo on it.
Was it?
Well, it's a picture of him as a child next to CM Punk, who was on WWF at the time. There's a WWF logo on the
Yeah,
microphone in front of him. If you
Oh,
look,
yeah.
zoom in, there's a WWF logo on that
Well,
shirt.
I guess like because he owns CM Punk
Now
brand,
he can just use it,
it's his photo to use.
and it's MJF's photo. It's not a photo that was
Yeah.
So that's the loophole.
Yeah.
But that was such a good match.
That
with
was, yeah.
everything. It was
The Ring of Honor white shorts as well.
Yeah.
Because he knew he was going to
AFI
be bleeding.
playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, that's his old. That was his Ring of Honor
The
entrance.
music,
Yeah.
As soon as that started to play, I was like, "Oh,
Yes!
it's gonna be good."
Yeah.
And then I loved it was the release of Wardlow as well. He was finally born free.
Oh yeah, yeah. See, I'm usually I quite like the Powerbomb Symphony, even though it's such just a standard move.
Yeah, but I like the whole.
Yeah.
It depending how many he does. Oh,
Yeah.
he's going for his 4th symphony.
Yeah.
His 5th symphony. I think that's hilarious. I
Yeah.
love it.
Like I think he should have had a bit of a longer TNT reign, but you know.
They might have other plans for him.
Yeah.
They might have literally maybe to push him a bit further than that and get him ready to put him into the next level. Because he has improved greatly.
Yeah.
He's one of 2022's. That was the other thing. 2022 for AEW. Not to go on about AEW. If you listen to this and you're more of a Ring of Honor fan or WWF fan, we watch AEW. I want to watch more Ring of Honor. I'm waiting for that to get more televised. But anyway, they've had to make more. Well, if you go through that list, there's a lot of WWE, ex-WWE.
Yeah.
So they had to really make stars out of the stars. Wardlow was one of them.
Mm.
He came out of it. Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm bored of her streak now.
But they're definitely waiting. I think they're waiting until Chris Statlander can come back. I think they want her to break the streak because she was Jade before Jade. Really,
Yeah.
she was like the big dog, and then obviously the women's division is up in its game, so they need to kind of put everyone on a playing field. And they might even make it so Jade goes from being she's not undefeated anymore, but she's not going to be mid anymore.
No,
she's now going to
no.
move to the upper echelons, and she's going to have to lose some matches.
Yeah.
So and then let Chris Stanlander take over the mid for a while.
Or even like the MJF it a bit. And I mean that in terms of
Yeah, she could totally do that.
Find an opponent that she wants to lose it to and make a storyline out of it rather than who's next, done, who's next, done. It's like make a rivalry out of it, like for the title. Like they tried to do it with someone like, but it just didn't work. Like
it's hard to do though because I feel like in order to make a rivalry, you've got to make a chase, right? Yeah. And I feel like if Chris Statlander comes in and goes, I want that, and she just doesn't go, okay, like she has every other opponent, you've now turned Jade into a coward.
Yeah.
And she's not a coward. She would face that. So you need a reason for Chris to have to work her way up. And I don't know how you do that. That's a hard one to do. If you have any idea how to do that, answers on a postcard. We will not be accepting any answers from Vince Russo. So yeah, MJF Punk was one of my favourite matches. Do you have any before I just don't want to keep...
I really, really enjoyed. It was private. I think it was Private Party and Butcher and Blade.
Oh, I've got that. I've got that down. Yeah, Private Party, Butcher and Blade versus Sting, the Hardys, and Darby.
Yeah, that was just like a homage to. It was like but kind of like my favourite wrestlers together because I love Butcher and Blade. Gutted there a bit sort of.
What a bit mid.
Bit disappeared. There's just kind of like not really been anywhere.
They're like experienced jobbers.
That's what bothers me because they could have a good title run or at least be up. You know.
I don't know. I don't think they've got the microphone skills to do that. They can say the odd thing, but I don't think they could have a. Yeah. They can't do. You've got to be an MJF like you said or Jay Cargill.
But they could be all right. Okay, so they could be.
Give them a mouthpiece.
But you throw them in with House of Black.
No. You know what I'd give them? I'd give them Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
I'd give them Jake the Snake. Let him be their mouthpiece.
That would be cool.
And let them be the muscle. I think they've got that look of all about each other.
Yeah.
Jake's there. If you listen to Jake, do it. Butcher and Blade and Snake. That sounds.
Because they were good when they had the bunny.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of like the sort of...
The oxymoron. Like, you've got Butcher, Blade, Bunny.
Yeah,
But she's a psychotic. She's like more the mental side of it.
Yeah, but she was more sort of the... I don't know. The bit that they needed to...
Yeah, like the USP.
Yeah.
The little shine. I totally get that. But that's what they need right now.
Yeah.
And that's why... But they worked really well in this tag team, in this match, because they were the necessary... punching bags.
Yeah.
But they were good punching bags. They put up a fight. You didn't know if actually they could win because of the deviousness of them.
Yeah.
And then the severity of the fight. But then you got some awesome moments. I felt like I was watching 1997, 1998 wrestling.
That's what I mean. And then when Jeff Hardy went to the top of that ladder backstage, I was just like...
And then Sting... The Twitter went on fire going, how dare Tony Khan make a man in his 60s jump from the rafters? I'm like, bro... Tony Khan doesn't make Sting do shit. Sting says, I'm going to jump from the rafters. And Tony Khan goes,
Tony Khan signs paychecks. Yeah, that's it. And that's what I like about AEW. Sometimes they get it right, sometimes they get it wrong. But you can tell that it's more run by wrestlers than it is...
script writers from a TV sitcom who've been brought in.
I can't remember if I've spoke about this previously, but the you could apply as a script writer to WWE... without even being a fan of wrestling.
Oh yeah, I think I've listened to something about that. It was after they got made. It was something to do with after they got made public.
Yeah, so it's a podcast I listened to, last podcast on the left. Ben Kissel, he was friends with someone who applied for the job, got the job, and had no idea about wrestling, but then put on Twitter saying, I've just got a job at WWE, and I don't even watch wrestling. Like as a script writer, and she got fired pretty much immediately
because you've just advertised
because she's just said that she's broke kayfabe, as it were.
Yeah, you broke kayfabe. Yeah. You know who I think
more the social media policy, but
I don't know if he caused it, but it might have been. If it wasn't Russo, it was whoever came after Russo, but I think it was Russo. So Russo was like the chief writer, right? And when he jumped to WCW. he refused to sign like a contract. He was like, I don't know how to put it, but it's like, you're on retainer. You're the chief writer.
Yeah.
You get to make all the shots. You write me stuff. We won't contract you down. You won't have to meet these limitations because you've got full creative control. So, but Russo just jumped ship, I think, or again, the guy after him, so quickly and so sporadically, it left Vince in the shits. So Vince had to then like get people in, but then no one ever did that again.
Yeah,
he had to come up with these contracts, and that's where they began. And then obviously experienced wrestling writers and people in the industry were like, we're not going there to do that because we don't have to do that anywhere else. Yeah. So then where does he go? Other script writers.
Yeah.
That's why that happened. That's a Vince Russo effect, the Russo wave. Or it might not be. It might be the guy after him. Like I keep underlying.
Using my logic there.
I know, yeah. Why were we talking
about
that?
It might be that guy, it might not be. Best matches.
Oh, yeah, that was such a... Yeah, it had so... I think everyone had a really shining moment in that as well. And, yeah, it just culminating with that moonsault onto them tables. God, Jeff, come back, please. Just come back and...
Stop doing drugs.
Look, this is 0%. It's just as good. I can moonsault onto a table and drive home.
I wouldn't, though.
I can. Never said I would.
There's a funny story. I'm just going to say it. We bought this table. I've got a new table in front of us that was actually a lot higher, and we cut the legs down a bit, and Becky didn't like it, and I was just like, because it was just it. All I wanted to do was just jump through it. I just wanted to flip through it. She was like, "Don't, because you'll hurt yourself. Like, you've been watching wrestling too much. You're not jumping through the table.
You've had sugar today."
Yeah.
No, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, but it just I just looked at that table and just thought
you had an urge to flip through it.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't, because it's still we've managed to make it work. Yeah. So
it would be hard if it had. I don't know if they managed to make you work after you.
Yeah, I would have been certainly out of work for a long time.
This is a man who hurt his neck watching a PowerPoint presentation. So why?
Oh yeah.
So why the hell you?
To be fair though, it was 2 hours
of a PowerPoint presentation.
But I was sat in a really awkward spot in the room where I had to just look slightly sideways.
I like the fact out of moonsaulting through a table or watching a PowerPoint presentation, you described that one as the awkward spot. That would be doing the awkward spot. You want me to do what now?
Yeah, well, that almost guarantees I'm going to hurt myself, where a PowerPoint presentation doesn't,
Exactly. So why would you want to do one?
Got me off guard.
Fucking hell. What else have I put down?
This is the episode of Tangents. This is.
Yeah, it is. Oh, you know what? So we're not just talking nothing about just about AEW. Logan v Roman. That was actually a very, very good match. I think it was the way it was shot. I think I wasn't expecting much out of, because I don't think much of Roman and Logan Paul.
Yeah. My problem with Logan Paul is,
here we go.
He's not an awful wrestler. He's not a bad wrestler. He's better than I thought. He surprised me a lot more.
Yes, 8 moves.
But it's like when you create a character on a wrestling game,
yeah,
and you put everything to the max. So 1 minute is high flying, next minute he's trying to do, a heavier move.
I know exactly what I mean.
And it's like, he's not bad, he just needs to pick a move set. And maybe not John Cena, 3 moves, but at least decide kind of what wrestler he's going to be. He's dressed like someone's been like a created character. Like, literally someone's just gone, oh, I've unlocked all these, I'm going to wear all this, bright yellow, sorted.
It's refreshing, but I know what you mean. But at the same time, you went, create a character and you put them all have these mad move sets. Yeah, but what fucking sane kid in the world went, well, I'll create this character. Let's see, I'll give him a bear hug.
Yeah.
I'll give him a wrist lock.
Well, he only goes to the gym twice a week, so I'll put stamina to number 4.
Yeah. And we'll give him just
He's been training a bit harder, so I'll put stamina. Next week, I'll give him a 5.
Brown vest. Just no. I get what you mean, but I feel like he's living his best life, and I'm totally for it. And you know what? Some of the best wrestlers out there did only have 8 moves. It's all about how you do it.
Yeah.
And I feel like he
was annoyingly better than I wanted him to be.
Exactly, and that's why he gets in there.
Yeah.
He won me over, and He also, I love the story that Roman Reigns is like, you can't beat me because I'm on this ridiculous streak of wins. You're not gonna beat me, and it doesn't put.
Oh yeah, talking about his streak. His streak bores me. That's why I don't watch WWE. He's still
chap.
He's still making him look strong. Right.
But he's gonna be
until The Rock comes back.
Yeah. Or Cody.
Is he out? Or?
Yeah, Cody tore his pec.
Oh, he's still out from that. Yeah. God,
everyone thinks he's gonna come in on the Rumble though. And then that's WrestleMania sorted, isn't it?
It's because I've not been watching WWE
Easy
at all.
To say.
Yeah, for a while. All I've been seeing is Rhea Ripley memes.
Yeah, I get a lot of Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley, as Jonathan Ross would introduce her. Tonight on the Jonathan Ross Show, we have Rhea Ripley and Rey Mysterio.
Dominic Mysterio.
and Roman Reigns.
William Regal.
And all the cast of Ring of Honor.
Will you, we?
Yeah, so... But then, for our American listeners, there's a British presenter who can't pronounce R's. That's all. That's literally the joke. Yeah. You were saying, so you get Rhea Ripley memes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it.
And that's all you watch of WWE.
Yeah.
But this was, I especially tuned in for this because I'd heard about it. It was shot really well. I'll give WWE that. I hate the camera angles they use sometimes. Knocks me sick. It worked completely. There's that epic shot of Logan. It looks like something out of like an anime. Logan Paul's like up like 20 feet in the air, it seems. Yeah. And Roman's going for the Marge swing.
Yeah.
Like that. And yeah, it was good. It was good.
It also, right, I'm gonna have to double check if it was this year, Brock and Roman. That mic catch.
That was that. Oh God, yeah, the mic catch.
That mic catch was phenomenal.
Fuck me, that outshone the whole him bringing a bulldozer down.
Yeah.
Just that mic catch, and it's a little wink he does as well. Like,
yeah.
Like, I did it. That was, I need to watch that. That mic catch is sick.
Yeah.
That's made me feel like a little kid. Like when someone does like some stupid trick, like throwing the bottle and it lands like that. Oh fuck yeah!
They played it so cool, and I was just like,
so
yes.
cool. I wouldn't have been it if I'd have caught it like that. I would have just been like, bro,
like,
did you see that?
Yeah. Broke character instantly.
I would have broke character so hard. Tell you what, who did break character a little bit. Stone Cold last year, sorry, trying to give Vince a stunner. That's one you like botches. You should have enjoyed that more than anyone.
That's what I'm cringing so much because all my insides have just gone.
That is like people in work came in to tell me. People don't watch wrestling. And have you seen Vince take the stunner? I'm like, no.
That's one of the guys I used to work with, like, he did the same. He was just like, right, so Logan Paul wrestled and Vince took the worst stunner ever. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to watch this now. I don't want to watch this. But yeah.
Oh God, Vince! What he did for the industry last year is fantastic. I have. I put down Hangman v Danielson. I put down for last year as another one.
Yeah,
that was when a lot of people I saw because I was trying to remember another match, so I was googling a bit.
Was that the hour-long match?
So there was two. Yeah, there was a 2 hour. There was 2 hour-long matches, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people put the second one as a favourite. I feel that's because it has a result. This one ended with we have to have another one, time's out. But I really enjoyed it because of that, although I do feel it killed the Hangman heat. He's just won the championship and the first person who challenges him, he's got an hour and he can't beat him. It does kind of take a bit of the shine off him.
Again, that was new.
Yeah.
That was like, I've never seen that.
Yeah,
like,
I enjoyed it.
One as an hour-long match.
I was end to end not knowing. I was like, are they really going to fuck Hangman over and just give it straight to Bryan? I was like, to be fair, if you're going to give it to someone, Bryan Danielson's a great person to give it to as well.
Or, I tell you what, though, I know we're going into this year, but the Iron Man match.
Oh, with MJF.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
It's so clever they're doing that because it's just like, everyone complains he doesn't wrestle. Well, he's going to do an hour.
Yeah.
He's going to do a fucking hour.
And he's got no one to back him up now as well. He's back, and he's not got Wardlow. He's not got
the
Spears. What's his name?
Sean Spears, yeah.
Sean
He's not got
Spears.
Sean Spears.
I wanted to call him Simon then, but I was like, no, that's not his name.
No, Simon Spears. And then he's not got the firm. He's lost the firm as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would be interesting. And Danielson, yeah, okay, he's got Blackpool Combat Club, but they won't come out and help him.
No, they don't.
That's how they
He
roll.
doesn't need.
And he doesn't need it.
Yeah.
So that will be interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Hangman Danielson had a lot of good matches actually this year.
Yeah.
He's really just come out. I think that's what helped. Everyone went, and he did get a concussion, but when he went, it was very noticeable when he went.
Yeah. The only thing that I don't like about Brian Daniel Danielson
Trying to pronounce his name.
No, is music. It's awful. They've changed it to like some Ponzi rapper.
Yeah, if you listen back to one of our first episodes, I actually put it down as my favourite entrances. So
exactly, yeah. But like again, Flight of the Valkyries tune. Even when they sort of did the sort of hip hop version of it with it at the beginning. I was like, all right, okay, so it's AEW now. They can't do just Flight the Valkyries because of WWE, blah, 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 blah. Don't know. I just think, you've just lost what?
What? No, it still does that. Does
it?
Yeah, I think like you've just maybe not caught the beginning. It's still.
I think I might not caught the beginning to the point where... Because he had that rapper that came out with him for the...
sorry,
pay-per-view, and I can't remember which one it was. It was awful.
Oh yeah, no, it was terrible. The music that did change, and I'm quite happy for it, is Jeff Jarrett teaming with Jay Lethal.
Yeah.
Right. So they've mixed Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal's music together. And whilst I'm gutted to lose Jay Lethal's because I fucking love that because you got the Macho Man intro, and then this like fucking old school new metal kind of like fast song. It does take away that horrible Jeff Jarrett.
Just like,
but it's mixed together and it works better for Jeff. Sorry, I appreciate what they've done there. But
I like the I can't remember what the guest was called. The actor guy taking a piss out of Jeff Jarrett. I thought it was well funny.
Hauser.
Yeah.
Andrew. Is it Andrew Paul Hauser?
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, or Paul Andrew Hauser.
Yeah.
I like the fact that Danhausen came out.
You're
as well.
Hausen.
Yeah, you're Hausen. And I saw someone put up a GIF, and it was it says, "Pray for Satnam Singh after Danhausen gave him that vicious beating," and it was
he just stands against him. I forgot about that.
And someone put "Pray for Satnam Singh." Thoughts and prayers.
I forgot about that. He's just there, just slapping him on the back.
Just can't get past him.
That's genius.
So yeah, I feel like if I had to actually say a wrestler, I know Moxley carried the company for quite a bit of the year, and everyone had a rise, but Bryan Danielson was really probably one of my wrestlers. Every match I was enthralled and interested in, and he's come out and said, "I don't need any belts. I just want to wrestle."
Yeah, fair play.
And then I've just put down the Acclaimed in general.
Yeah, fair play.
The rise of the Acclaimed.
You've won me over with the Acclaimed.
Everybody.
Well, yeah,
the Acclaimed.
It was one of them where like, yeah, they're good, but and then you mentioned them on our tag team match earlier in the year of last year, and I was like, you know what, I'll. They kind of like they pass on my tag team thing as well, where they wear the same thing.
Yeah,
that's like I love that. It's great. It's a good thing with a tag team, and his comments as he comes down to the ring as well on either the wrestlers or current events are always spot on. I know he doesn't write them, but they're still really good.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah,
the whole saying that like that he to trend on Twitter for bringing up Kurt Angle's wife.
Yeah,
is brilliant, and then everything he said, like I can't even remember. That's the sad thing. But if I go back and watch them, they are so funny. Like I think he's mentioned something about like how shit TNA was.
Yeah,
like we've got a really crap TNA in front of us, but you know he's got a good TNA, Kurt Angle's wife, or something like that. You know?
Like some of them are brilliant, and like when they were feuding with Darby Allin and Sting, like
that was it.
That was the genius, like little vignettes that they were doing.
Two grown men and they're going through a goth phase.
Yeah, they did good songs. They were just like, that's better than After Crap This Out now.
Yeah, I could listen to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I put them. And then the last one I put, although I don't, have you got any more?
No.
Okay. The last one I put, and it kind of brings us full circle into something else we're going to talk about, is the 3 FTR v Briscoe matches.
Yeah.
One of the best trilogy of matches to happen within a single year as well.
Yeah.
Like, you could have, dragged this out year after year like a lot of people do.
Yeah.
I remember someone telling me, I think it was Funboy who watches the show, hi Funboy, said, you've got to see this match. And I was like, oh, okay, who owns FTR and the Briscoes? I wasn't that bothered about FTR back then. He pushed them on me a lot. I was like, I'm just not.
Yeah.
I don't know why, it just wasn't clicking with me. I wasn't bothered. They're not loud enough, I suppose, not really getting the spotlight, as they've said as well. And he was like, I don't know who the Briscoes are.
Yeah.
I'm not bothered. But I watched it and I was like, holy shit, both of these guys. I was like, who's the better one here? Who's carried the other? So I kept them over my eye on FTR because they won, and 2 then they're on AEW. And then you get the second match, and then I'm realising, holy shit, because it was 2 out of 3 falls, the Briscoes are good.
Yeah.
They are very, very good. And in fact, no one's carrying anyone here. They're both very good, and they've got chemistry.
Yeah.
Such good chemistry. Like, it's so rare, like lightning in a bottle. It's like seeing like Triple H and Mick Foley, but times 2. They've just got this kind of like energy. And then out of nowhere, a double dog collar match.
Yeah.
Which sounds impossible to do, because how do you do a double dog collar without chains getting tied up, without, there's
so much logistics involved in it.
Yeah, because how if you're over there, you can't make your way over there without your partner coming over there. So now this is going to affect how you do double team moves as well, because if the partner's outside. And somehow, they make it look like that's a totally normal match.
Yeah.
Not without taking away. No, I'm using normal in the sense of like they had no hiccups. You didn't see them go, oh, he's having to carry him a bit.
Very botch. Like, you are watching that match going, this is going to go so wrong.
Yeah, something's going to go wrong here. Yeah. There's going to be a botch. And if anything, it's so pristine. And to everything, even like the ref bleeding because he gets punched wrong.
Yeah.
And then
it's one of those matches to make it hard to not look like it's completely choreographed, because it's either botch city and everything goes wrong, or you have to do it move for move and make it not look like it's move for move. So you kind of watch it and go, oh damn, did they have they just choreographed? No. Because there's like
some wrestlers do.
Yeah.
Dax has come out and said, because he had to come out a few years ago, because I think Cody said something about there are wrestlers out there who do that, and he named a few, and one of the people he mentioned was FTR, and Dax came out hot saying, I'm not denying people do that, but don't you dare ever say we do that, because I do not believe in that. I hate that. And he still says to this day. And then Cody's come out and said, I've now, since working with them for so long, I can tell you 100% they do not choreograph.
Yeah.
They have a basic plan.
Yeah.
Of like, we need to end like this, we need to do this, we need to tell this story. But they do not choreograph, and it's insane to think they don't choreograph when you watch that. But it's also believable because no one's waiting for a move. No one's missed a spot.
Yeah.
The closest you get is him trying to wrap the chain around his head, but he's so sweaty.
It just falls off.
It keeps falling off. But then that kind of adds to the tension and shows like this is real. You can't fucking do this. And again, stops it making looking choreographed.
Yeah.
That was one match. That match that was so like had so many moments in it.
Yeah.
That I actively at one point went like that.
Yeah.
And Eve ran in from the kitchen because she thought I'd hurt myself. So yeah, that trilogy of matches was insane last year, and if you considering tag teams is really getting big now, I don't think it was talked about enough. I think there was other tag team shit going on that people were talking about over that, and I don't understand why. And there might be a spotlight shed on it now because on the day of us filming this, Jay Briscoe has passed away. He was 39 years old, I believe. Details are sketchy as to exactly what happened, but I don't really think it matters. It doesn't sound like anything like for any reason for anyone to come out and say he's a terrible person or anything.
Oh
like
no,
that.
it was an accident.
It's just an accident. Yeah, it's not.
It was a car accident. I'm not sure who.
Yeah, but what I mean is it's not. It's not like a Chris Benoit incident.
Yeah, it's not.
It's just. I was not expecting that today at all, and it was just dead sad because I feel like I've only just scratched the surface of like a really good wrestler, and then everyone was posting all these videos on Twitter today, and I'm watching going, this guy's been wrestling for 20 years. I've not seen him, and
you almost feel bad that you've not followed his career, don't you?
Yeah, especially where I feel like he started 20 years ago, and I feel like that was when I was beginning to drop off because I was finding it boring.
We both were. Well, but that's all we had available to us at the time.
We didn't have thoughts, kindness and respect out to the Briscoes right now, to the families of them, to the friends of them, and I'm definitely now going to make a point of it to look more at Jay Briscoe's work.
Yeah, definitely.
And funnily enough, one thing that Ring of Honor have is Honor Club, and I think that's starting this year, where it's essentially like the WWE Network.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You can watch all of it online. I think you've got to pay, again, a subscription, but the idea is that you get the whole back catalogue, and then you get, obviously, current TV and pay-per-views included as well.
Awesome.
And it is something I have been umming and ahhing about, but after watching just some of these old matches, it's definitely... I might cancel some other subscriptions I've got in other places and just do that because, just fantastic body of work just this year alone.
And you've got Danhausen in Ring of Honor as well, which is really entertaining.
Yeah, well,
to bring the mood up a bit.
I know we don't want to end too somber. So yeah, it was a good 2022, and 2023 has already been a roller coaster.
Yeah,
and I suppose that's what wrestling is then, now, and forever.
Live, laugh, love.
Oh, I'm just thinking of what Vince says. Bloody hell.
Make Roman look strong.
Hulk must pose. Right, so thank you for watching or listening, however you have done it. Please rate us 5 stars if you listen on Spotify or Apple Music. It's dead simple to do. If you're watching us on YouTube, I don't know if there's a way to rate us.
Just like,
yeah.
comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
And any questions, you can just email us at kickout2podcast@gmail.com, or we're on Instagram as well and TikTok, but we don't post that much on there, but will do.
But yeah, we've got some idea for some fun stuff to post on there. We're going to do more. There's more episodes coming. Yeah, I don't know if we'll do a season 2. I'd take a break again for a while. So this is season 1 part 2 for a while.
We'll just keep continuing.
Yeah, just see what happens. And then we're going to hopefully go to some indie shows as well in this year, and a few of them, and we'll document them, and you can come with us on that journey and see what we saw, and how mad it is at these proper good underground indie shows.
Yeah.
So I've been Jay.
I've been PK
Housen.
Yeah.
And we've... oh my God.
It's time to stop the damn match.
It's time to stop the damn match.